10 worst teachers of all time. We've all had that teacher whose primary goal is to make you feel bad. While there are some who just appear to be mean to most students, there were others that are just plain crazy. From having explicit behaviors to turning classrooms into a place for mockery, here are the 10 worst teachers of all time. Crystal Defanti. 5th grade teacher Crystal Defanti isn't a bad teacher. In fact, she is well liked since she takes good care of her students at school. So why did she make it in our list? Well, what she did was something that only worst teachers would do, giving a self-made sex tape to students. While she made it clear that it was accidental, it's something that her students won't be able to unsee. Leonora Rustamova. Schools have many stories to write about. This is perhaps what Leonora Rustamova, a high school teacher in West Yorkshire, thought about when she decided to publish an erotic book. It featured stories from some of her students, including their sexual fantasies and misconduct at school. After a disciplinary hearing, she eventually got fired from the school. Elizabeth Davies. Teacher Elizabeth Davies really doesn't like the smell of curry. If she catches a slight scent of curry in you, be prepared to get sprayed with air freshener all over your body. This is what she did to students in her nursery class. Because of child protection concerns, she got sacked from her $40,000 a year teaching job. Tanya Neff. This middle school teacher, Tanya Neff, was a classic case of a drunken teacher. After showing signs of being intoxicated in front of her class, she was immediately reported to school administrators and then arrested by the police. She was so drunk that she had to be taken to a hospital first before being sent to jail. Christopher Ingvaldsen. It's hard for teachers to survive without a means of relieving stress. This is probably the reason why many teachers love to participate in fun activities inside or outside the school. Christopher Ingvaldsen, on the other hand, has a particular interest in child pornography. While it doesn't involve his students at St. George's School, he was found to have used school computers for child porn. As a result, he was dismissed from his teaching post, and they'll probably have a hard time finding another one. Elizabeth McElhenny. Elizabeth McElhenny is a teacher who doesn't like to work at school. Instead of teaching students and doing paperwork, she took most of her time at school to email teachers about her sex life, how dissatisfied she was about her job, and her alcohol and drug issues. In addition, she also likes to skip work, taking frequent sick leaves every month. Before she was convinced to resign from her teaching post after a district hearing, she even got a paid leave. Matthew Herman. Matthew Herman is like that creepy teacher you had, who likes to favor female students more often at school. On the other hand, Matthew went further by exchanging sexually explicit messages with 2 of his students ages 13 and 14. He was later charged of engaging sexual contact and soliciting nude photographs from minors. Lori Bailey Cutcomb. Lori Bailey Cutcomb is a high school teacher who has a passion for animals, especially dogs. While most teachers punish students with parent calls, class timeouts, and trips to the principal's office, Lori often lets her students wear the cone of shame if they arrive late in class. She got a suspension when the school administrators found out about it. Maurice Rouse. Substitute teachers are hit or miss. Sudbury Upper School, however, definitely got it wrong when they hired Maurice Rouse. While trying to get the attention of his students, he decided to strip off his shirt in front of the class. He even threatened to throw a student in front of the window, which was something that got him fired from his teaching post and banned to work as a teacher in Suffolk County, England. Mark Burnt. Of all the teachers in this list, he is probably the worst of the worst. Mark Burnt, a 62-year-old teacher, is the teacher known to have forced his students to eat cookies laced with his semen. In this sick tasting game, his 3rd grade students were supposed to guess the kind of cookie they just ate while being blindfolded. He was sent to prison while his victims were given financial aid for the trauma he caused. Who was your worst teacher back in school? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.